So one of my challenges that comes with traveling is finding the perfect carry-on bag. So today we're talking about my current favorite and one that I think you're gonna love too. So I've been testing the Monos Carry-On Pro for the last 6 months, and I really wanted to find a carry-on that would work for my style of travel and what I needed to carry on, as well as would fit the requirements for a lot of international travel. We went international for the first time a couple of years ago, and I was not prepared for how much smaller the bags were for Air France's requirements. Now, I did measure this right before I sat down to film this video, and we're like half an inch off. So while it doesn't quite appear that like small on camera, depending at the angle, the bag allowances to carry on for Air France are quite small. Favorite features about this bag: it has this front zip right here, and I use this a lot, especially if I've like got something on me and we're going through security and I just need to put it in a bag really quickly. Like I just found my sunglasses from our trip in November, because that is what happens. But there's enough space in here that you can slide in an iPad, you can slide in a laptop. There's some flexibility with that, and I think that's one of the biggest things for any kind of piece of luggage, is that you have the hardness and the security of it, but there's the flexibility that if you've got an odd shaped thing, it still works for you. So I tend to not be the person that packs the same things the same way every time, and it still works for me. I put an excessive amount in it. So I am a shoe person. You guys will know this if you are new to my channel. Welcome. Hello. I am obsessed with fashion, and I tend to travel with a lot of heels, a lot of bigger pieces. So I need something that can really kind of work and accommodate that. And I can easily fit 2 pairs of shoes in here, being that I have like a pair of sneakers and a pair of heels in there, as well as my various cosmetic cases. Now, I'm also somebody who uses packing cubes. I love packing cubes. I think they make life a lot easier, and that works really well with this. And it tends to move really smoothly. The one thing I would say is it's like any other bag. It's kind of on the lightweight side, which is great as far as not having to worry about any extra weight coming from your baggage. But if it doesn't have enough weight in it when you're trying to roll it, it can be a little skippy if you're doing weird things with it, because I tend to pull it a bit stronger than how it needs to be gently moved, and I'm moving really quickly. The interior has the zip side as well as the smush side, which is probably not the technical term for it, but the best way to describe it. And I found that even with those sides, there's still a little bit of flexibility in it. So if you need to pack something a little bit bulkier, or you've got something that's slightly odd shaped, you can make that work. It's quite easy to do. You can clean it really easily. I had a few scuffs on it from travel that I wiped down before I sat down to film this video, and I took like a magic eraser and it came off really easily. So I haven't had any issues with security with it. It does have the TSA approved locks on the side. It's been easy enough to slide like another bag on top of it. So my larger electronics bag fits really easily over the handle. It tends to balance out really well. It is definitely on the smaller side as far as carry-ons go. So I imagine if you travel domestically a lot, you might be able to get away with something bigger. You might want something a little bit bigger, and Monos does have a lot of those things. But for me, I really wanted something that if for whatever reason I was able to like streamline stuff and just have kind of like a small bag, and maybe on the off chance only be able to travel with my iPad, that it would really fit in here, and that would be kind of the basis of it. But I tend to be the person when I'm traveling that everything in my carry-on is stuff that like I can't live without. So any more expensive items that I'm traveling with, any pieces that I just feel like are a little bit more delicate, anything I really want to keep my hands on for the entire duration of travel goes inside this bag. So I fit a lot in it. It holds quite a bit. It handles quite a bit of weight. I would say I probably put between 20 and 30 pounds in it thus far. This tends to be something that I underpack accidentally. So somebody who always travels with the little luggage scale, and no issues so far with any of the bags. Now, there are some zip pockets on the inside of this. I tend to stuff this quite full, so those tend to be for me like where I would put a sleep mask or a lint roller or something kind of basic. Maybe like, I think there's the laundry bags in it currently right now, so that is an option if you're somebody who likes to use those. But I honestly have to say, when I first got the bag, because I'm so used to my bigger bag, and my last carry-on was quite in the middle, like it's a larger carry-on, and it had the design that on the lid of the bag was like a mesh area, and I could always fit all of my shoes in. So when I changed bags, it really took me a minute to kind of adjust how I was packing, because I was used to having like 3/4 of the bag available and then 1/4 just simply dedicated to shoes. But as I've kind of learned how to travel with this bag, as I've adapted to it, as small as it seems, it really seems to work for me. And I find that I just have learned how to like pack it in its own way. Like, packing cubes are really helpful with this bag. It just means that you really get the most space. But it's been one of those that I thought it would be too small when I got it. It didn't. I was a little underwhelmed / unsure, and I've loved it. It's been great. We've done so many trips with it, and I'm somebody who, like, when I go for a weekend trip, I'm not somebody who can do a duffel bag. A lot of times the last duffel that I took was when we went abroad. I hadn't yet got a smaller bag, and that duffel for me, it just felt like it didn't stay zipped the entire time. Keeping the shape of it was really a bit of a challenge, because when you're trying to stuff stuff in it, it was not working for stuff where it's like my makeup bag and it's really kind of stiff and there's not a lot of flexibility with it. You have to figure out how to accommodate for the fact that they're just going to be in the shape and size that they are, and there's so much flexibility with just being able to kind of Tetris this bag and pack it really well. Like I said, I don't normally use like a smaller bag for weekend trips, because I'm normally somebody who packs quite a bit, because whenever we're traveling, I'm also shooting content. So I tend to be an overpacker simply because of my job, but I've been able to travel just with this bag, and it's been so nice because it is flexible enough for me to fit multiple things and still be able to get everything that I want done. And then if I need to pack my like backpack bag, I can, but I can also like pull things out and just travel with this, which has been amazing. So I will link it in the description box below if you're wanting to check it out. It has been one of my favorite things. It does come in quite a few colors. They have quite a few different bags. It's not a bag that I've seen a lot on the internet so far, but I was really intrigued by the front style of it. I didn't really need the battery, and I wanted something that was pretty and colorful and that would hold up, because I have some really pretty bags that I bought that have gone through security once and just been completely like disheveled, destroyed, or even then like things have gotten broken, and I wanted something that would be a bit more durable, would also be pretty, but be as functional as possible and hopefully fit the requirements for as many places as possible, because like I said, I was fully not aware that international travel meant that I would probably need a smaller carry-on. So that is all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want more luxury, lifestyle, and travel content, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I upload new videos every week, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.